Hello, Heather. Okay. All right. I'd like to welcome you out to the West Haven Special Service District Board meeting today, February 9th, 2026. And tonight we have a new member, Nathan. Nate, would you like to introduce yourself and just give us a little background, if you wouldn't mind?
How do I turn this on?
You're on.
Oh, am I? Okay. Never been on TV before, so. Yeah, Nate Morris. I've lived in West Haven since 2008. Raised a family here. Grew up not very far, just over in West Weber. So I've seen West Haven since it was still dirt fields and horse patties. So been here for a while. So got 2 kids. I live just not too far from here. So.
Well, great. Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. All right. We'll start with the pledge. Alicia will lead us with that, and then we'll have a prayer or a moment of silence from Clarence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Heavenly Father, we come before Thee at this time as board members of the West Haven Special Service District, and as we meet together to discuss the needs of the citizens of this great city and how privileged we are to serve on this board. We would ask that we might feel of Thy guidance and direction as we make decisions on behalf of the people that we represent, that we might do what is right, and that we might be guided and inspired to make those correct decisions and choices. And this we humbly ask for in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Clarence. Thanks, Alicia. Number 3 is nobody online. Okay. So nobody for public presentations and things. All right. Number 4, the action items. The change order from Advanced Lining for 5100 manhole rehabilitation for $53,969. Any questions on that, John? Is there anything you'd like to enlighten us with that, or?
No, not really, not unless you have some questions about it. We had talked about this briefly in I think our last board meeting about how we did the lining of 3 manholes down there. It came in so much cheaper than what we had originally planned for the scope of work for those manholes that we wanted to add on the remaining manholes that are deteriorated. So it's kind of a change order. We have 100,000 left in there. This 53,000, 969 is the price to do the other 9 manholes. We kind of considered maybe going and taking it out to bid, but the problem is if we do that, these manholes, this company, first of all, the prices, we can't even believe what they're doing for us for these 9 compared to just what we had for the other 3. So we paid 46,000 or something for 3. And I think it was because they don't want to, they got a time or spot to be able to do it. So they want to jump on it. It's a benefit to us because the warranty that they offer is a 10-year warranty, and we want to keep them all in that same warranty. So we're not, oh, who did this manhole and who did that one? What was the warranty on this one? If we took it out to bid again, we may lose that opportunity. So it makes sense to just try to approach it as a change order. It's still within the budget and just extending their scope of work. So that's kind of where we're at with it. And if the board is okay with it, that's the direction we'd like to go.
Okay. Are there any questions?
I'm assuming these 9 manholes just require less work than
There's a little bit on some of them. Some of them, they're going to have to strip the lining off. The majority of them, they don't, which is a big reason why it's cheaper. But they're still going to have to take the old lining off, 1, maybe even 2 of them. So it just it was on, the price was so good, it makes me wonder if they maybe took advantage of us on the first three. But regardless, it works out the way it did. We feel like it's a great price and we probably ought to do it, but anyway, that's
Okay,
kind of
Mr. Chairman, I would just add that the original bid was on a per unit basis, so it allowed them to prorate based on the condition of the other ones.
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any other questions, concerns? All right, let's take a vote on that. Entertain a motion to pass this.
I'll make a motion to approve the change order from Advanced Lining for the 5,100 manhole rehabilitation for the amount of $53,969.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Yes, second.
Great. Okay, we'll vote. Ryan?
Aye.
Clarence?
Aye.
James?
Aye.
Nate?
I,
Alicia?
Aye.
And I also vote aye. Number 5, the review, the 2025 audit review. Heather, Christofferson from Ulrich and Associates. Welcome.
Hi.
That was a lot of typing, whoever did that.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, we'd like to go through every paragraph. So Alicia, if you'd start. No, just kidding.
That's my understanding as well. Yeah. We have most of the evening to go through, what is this, 40 pages? Yeah. Yeah. I will be brief, as this is a report from 6 months ago. So it's the June 30, 2025 financial statements. First, I want to say thank you to staff and to Katie and Ryan at Child Richards. There's a lot that goes into these reports. You're seeing a very condensed version. There's a ton of information that we go through, and which is why it takes so long to get through it all. So I wanted to point out there's no state compliance findings.
Right.
We made no recommendations for journal entries, and we made no recommendations overall. So what that says to me is you're getting timely, correct information, and your processes are already in good condition. We didn't find anything that we need to do differently.
Great.
Great.
Good.
Okay, we'll get into the numbers a bit. Again, I'm not going to do every last page here, but let me hit some highlights. The first letterhead page right after the table of contents. This is the independent auditor's report. This is what you're paying for when you get an audit. It is a clean opinion, which means that we did not find any material errors in the financial statements. Everything that is presented, we were able to verify at a material level. And that's detailed in the second paragraph of that report. Basically, in our opinion, the financial statements referred to above present fairly in all material respects. The next section, which begins on page 3, is the management discussion and analysis. This is roughly 5 pages of management's analysis of everything that happened during the year and the ending balances for the year. If you're going to read anything, those are the pages that you should read. Don't ignore the rest of it, but if you only have a few minutes, that would be what I would read if I were you. Moving on to page 6. This is essentially your balance sheet for the district. As you can see, broken up into assets, liabilities, and net position. The main item that stands out in this is a large amount of cash, which is great. The other item on here is due from other governments. There's $1.5 million there due from other governments. That's actually related to the land purchase. At that point in time, the city owed you $1.5 million for that land purchase. Again, a large portion of your assets are related to capital assets, your infrastructure. It's not like you can turn around and sell that, but it is an asset for the district. On this page, the other item that I wanted to point out is very little debt. Revenue bonds with the current portion is only $355,000. So compared to the amount of cash that's available, very low amount of debt overall for the district. Any questions on that page?
No.
Okay, great. Next page, page 7. This is the income statement for the district. So the first section, operating revenues, that's self-explanatory. Operating expenses down to net operating income, middle of the page, $376,000. So basically what this is saying is based on the revenue charges, the fees for service for the district, you are covering all your costs to operate and are positive by 376,000. That includes an element of depreciation, which is just an accounting entry, not cash flow. But this isn't necessarily improvements to the infrastructure either. You've also, below that, got impact fees and interest income. You have $11 million, you're going to get some returns on that investment, $648,000 of interest income, which is wonderful. The other item on there is contributed capital. So development's contributing infrastructure to you as part of their commitment to the district. So you have $900,000 that was contributed to the district as a result of those developments. So overall, the change in net position is $2.4 million, third line up from the bottom there. So again, healthy, no concerns here. We like to look at the operating net income, that 376,000, make sure you're charging enough to cover expenses, which you are. There wasn't anything else that I wanted to go over. So unless somebody has any questions, that's all I've got.
Anybody?
I don't have anything.
Oh,
If
Oh.
there are at a later date, then let me know. I'm
Okay.
happy to answer anything.
Great. Thank you. And
Okay.
thank you for being here tonight.
for coming.
Thank you. Have a good
Appreciate
evening.
it.
Thank you.
This one?
Yeah.
There we go.
That was the easiest review I think I've ever seen this year. I usually get
Yeah.
beat up.
Yeah.
Not anything. We got. Nice. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Think of the word. Sorry. All right, let's go on to number 6, the staff report and project updates. John? How's things going?
They're still moving along. 2,700 still going along just slow. Everything's kind of where we were last month. We made a little bit of progress over there. We had a change order for delay on time on them, which I think I even mentioned that to you guys back when we started this. I just knew this company they do good work, but they're slow. And they have been in the past when we used them on 47. So as long as they're not interrupting our services, it's an inconvenience to keep pushing it out. I get that. And they have a deadline that they need to stick to and stuff, but I knew this would be a problem. We had this problem on 47 and I knew we would on this one, but what they've done thus far and the work that they do is good work. It's just a matter of getting them thinking ahead. And I kind of sent an email out to Corio and to Brett and let them know that that's the situation. We sign off on these extensions or whatever on their delays, but a lot of it is on them for poor planning, not thinking ahead enough to know that, hey, we might as well, since we're down waiting for one guy, we can be doing this, or we can be calling out to our subs and letting them know, hey, we still good for this date, and just kind of keeping things moving. They lack in that, but it is going well. I don't think it's going to be off that much, but it's going to get pushed back a little bit.
Okay.
I'm hoping they don't get the 47 or the 4450 pump change. In fact, that may be a discussion when we take that out to bid and stuff. If they do, we may choose to not use them on that project, but
If they're still working on this one, no, we don't.
yeah, and they'll still be working on this.
Right.
That would be something that
Right.
we would highly consider too, is that, not to be mean to you guys, but you're busy right now, so.
Right.
John, is that something we need to address with them? Just bring it up. So we're not happy with your performance so far.
I think that the last email I sent them or
Okay.
to Brett and that,
So they are aware of it.
they're aware of it.
Okay.
And so,
Ed, is it possible for the board and the city to incorporate periods of performance and liquidated damages?
There generally are. I don't know whether we had a liquid damages clause in this contract. But to your point, Councilman, there's a big difference between delays caused by unforeseen circumstances versus their lack of prosecution of projects.
Absolutely.
Should
I
have
think that
them
would just be
going
wise going forward if we can incorporate that.
Yeah, the weather hasn't been an issue.
he sent me a list of everything that's been the cause of the delay, and I went through every one of them and explained how this is not. This is something you could have been doing at this time, and I kind of showed them in that response that while you were waiting for them, you could have been started on the bypass. Now you're waiting on this, and you know, and just so I
Right.
went through and said, not acceptable, not acceptable, and put my reasons. This one was acceptable, this one was, this one wasn't, this one wasn't, this one. I mean, I just went through it. And then I let him know that there's some things that, yeah, weather, things like that, I get it. There's, you know, or we make a change or we can't.
Exactly.
And like the liner that came wasn't designed for this climate, this area for
Mm.
whatever reason. So they had to switch and there was a delay waiting for the new one to get here. And that part I get. But even while they're waiting, they could have been putting in the bypass or getting with Rocky Mountain Power or contacting the subs to do the backfill and say, hey, we still good for the 17th? And not wait till the 17th or the 15th and tell me, oh, they're 2 weeks out or, well, yeah, there's some that is and some just poor management, time management, so. But,
Okay.
and I just try to
Maybe-
keep track of all those.
I was just gonna say, maybe in the next contract, we do make sure we put in something.
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
there
it might not
that-
be a
We-
bad-
More
They are
cases.
typically included in the city projects, so the language should still be incorporated into the district contract as well.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, they sort of bought a little time because of the original issue with the delay for the power relocation. But to John's point, they didn't reschedule and replan accordingly to stay within that additional time. They were technically, I'd say they should have been granted anyway because of that delay.
John, is there anything we could do as a board to put some additional maybe pressure on them? You know, to where your next email says, look,
This
we
is
got a
it.
lot of people on the board that are pretty upset about this.
Yeah, and that's something we
I-
definitely could look at.
Mr., I think the answer then is that you would not entertain any other change orders for the completion date.
Oh, there we go.
I think if things don't start picking up, we can draft a letter and have the board members sign it.
Yeah.
You know, and saying, so that they know that, all right, we better, or like you say, we just tell them we're not gonna extend it. Get with it.
Without a change order for construction date, though, if you don't approve a change order to extend the construction deadline, they're in default technically. So as long as you keep doing that, they have the ability to keep continuing the project. But I said, if it gets to a point where, in John's opinion, that the progress is not going as it should be going based on the scheduling, the board can refuse to extend that timeline anymore. And then I'm sure the district attorney can look at it and see if there's other clauses in the contract where we could probably get some compensation back
Okay.
from them.
Yeah, that's probably a good way
Thank
to
you.
go.
Right?
I think they're rich, so they're still, we'll see where they're at. They seem to make up a little ground and then they drop back, but yeah, it's slow. So what was the original, June 9th?
I don't recall.
They're not gonna make that. I'd be surprised, but maybe. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at on those projects.
Okay.
The pumps and stuff for 4450 are here. That's going out to bid. I think that's the only other projects we have other than the manhole lining and stuff. So this time,
The new generator, where everything's fine, haven't had any issues with anything there? Good.
nope, 4700 is, it was our worst. It's, well, 27 and it are kind of back and forth, but 47 was pretty rough and now it's a model citizen down there. It's running like a champ.
Good.
So
Good.
that one's good and hopefully 27 will be too. And we can move on. 47, then we'll have pretty much everything up to date, and
Nice.
that should be good.
Wonderful.
So we're starting up a lot of different programs now with some of the staffing able to get another guy on staff. We're putting together more manhole inspections and manhole collar replacements and manhole raised up. We had, so we're able to get, we're not babysitting lift stations all the time now. We're able to actually get out and do some of these other things and put together some programs, some grease trap programs and different things that we needed to get up and running. We're piled on with other things, but yeah, it's working good. So we do
Nice.
appreciate the extra person we got, and probably look for some more when we get a cleaning truck and different things, and start taking care of some of our own maintenance. And so, yeah,
Good.
some opportunities. It's looking good.
Good.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks,
You
guys.
bet. Ed, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, nothing else, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you.
I did have something I'd want to say.
All right,
about
Sheree.
that. On 2700, they're supposed to start tomorrow removing the trench shoring, and it's supposed to make quite a bit of noise.
Hmm.
So we're putting a notice out on Facebook just to let people know. And just so you guys know, if you get a phone call, that's what they're doing. It's supposed to go from tomorrow to about the 20th, is what they said. So just so you have a heads up.
Well, good.
All right, good to know. Thank you. The mayor isn't here, so we won't
Have an update?
have
Sidewalk
the
waiver?
update from the sewer district. Okay, we'll go to number 8, the consent agenda. A is the action on the minutes of January 12th, 2026. The B, the billing adjustments for January 2026. The C, the monthly accounts payable for February 2026. D, West Haven City, $55,632.15 for the administrative services for January of 2026. E, the advanced lining of $46,019.90 for the invoice for the 5100 West manhole rehabilitation. F, West Haven City, $27,688.96. October 20th, 25, the storm drain fees. G, West Haven City, $83,929.09. October 2025 garbage fees. H, West Haven City, $27,765.26. The November 2025 storm drain fees. I, West Haven City, $84,335.27. November 2025 garbage fees. J, West Haven City, $28,108.95. December 2025 storm drain fees. K, West Haven City, $84,699.70 for December 2025 garbage fees. L, Roy City Corporation, $5,136 for the surplus water. M, Twin D, $7,911.35 for the invoice for the post. SL rat cleaning. N, Rock Hard Excavating, $9,100 for the invoice for the sewer manhole collars. And O, Gardner Engineering, $7,301.42 for the invoice for the 2700 lift station. Any questions or concerns or?
I had one question, if it was a typo or I missed it when I was going through it. E, was that, it said the invoice is invalidated? Is that correct? I didn't know if that was Fat Finger, is that how they did it?
This is
Okay,
what we're voting on up here.
yeah, just invalid, I was wondering if that was correct, if we
Right.
did that right. Okay, that's the only question I had.
Good. No, good question. Anything else? All right. Let's entertain a motion to pass consent agenda A8, A through O.
So moved.
So moved. Second it.
All right. We'll take a vote. Alicia?
Aye.
Nate?
Aye.
James?
Aye.
Clarence?
Aye.
Ryan?
Aye.
I also vote aye. Then we'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, everyone.